The question of how Morpheus was back and being played by a new actor arose after the releases of the teasers and the trailers of Matrix Resurrections, and the confirmation from the actor himself that he was playing Morpheus. And after the premiere of the film, those doubts persist. What was the purpose of this character? Why was he named Morpheus? And what was that training program that was introduced at the beginning of the film? Well, what if, after understanding who or what Morpheus is, we discovered that Thomas Anderson is not the same Neo from the previous trilogy? In this video, we will be explaining the creation of the new Morpheus and the new Neo. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
The Matrix Resurrections begins with Bugs investigating a program that is recreating events from the first movie. She questions why this old code was being used to create something new. What is happening here is that Bugs is investigating part of Neo's code within this simulation or model. What exactly is a model? Well, it's not a video game. Bugs said it's a simulation used to evolve programs. So how does it work? How do you evolve programs? We know this as machine learning. Machine learning is the study of computer algorithms that can improve automatically through experience and by the use of data. It is seen as a part of artificial intelligence. Machine learning algorithms build a model based on sampled data, known as training data, in order to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed to do so. We saw an example of machine learning in a documentary where an artificial intelligence was trained to play the classic video game, Pong. This AI was installed in a simulation without any programmed instructions. It didn't know what the goal of the game was or what it was created for.
So here you control the bat and ball, and you're trying to break through this rainbow-colored wall. The agent system has to learn everything for itself, just from the raw pixels. It doesn't know what it's controlling. It doesn't even know what the object of the game is. Now, at the beginning, after 100 games, you can see the agent is not very good. It's missing the ball most of the time, but it's starting to get the hang of the idea that the bat should go towards the ball. Now, after 300 games, it's about as good as any human can play this and pretty much gets the ball back every time. We thought, well, that's pretty cool, but we left the system playing for another 200 games. And it did this amazing thing. It found the optimal strategy was to dig a tunnel around the side and put the ball around the back of the wall. The researchers working on this, amazing AI developers, but they're not so good at breakouts. And they didn't know about that strategy, so they learned something from their own system, which is pretty funny and quite instructive, I think, about the potential for general AI.
As you saw in the video, an artificial intelligence was put into a simulation that had rules. With repetition, the AI learned how to play the game and how to win. Another example of this is AlphaGo. Like the AI we saw in the documentary, this program was designed to learn how to play the complex game, Go. The creators of the artificial intelligence themselves did not know how to play this game, but they subjected the AI to cycles of matches of Go until the program was able to defeat the world champion of this game. Now you can better understand what modals and the new Morpheus are. Morpheus said, "We can't see it, but we're all trapped inside these strange repeating loops." These simulations of continuous loops are created for artificial intelligence to learn on their own, so that they can discover the rules of the simulation and their purpose. Somehow I saw it in the mirror, just a flicker, but it was like you said, and suddenly I understood. This is not the real world. For the first time, I felt real purpose. I knew who I was and what I had to do. This part of the conversation between the new Morpheus and Bugs describes the moment when the AI understood what the simulation is and discovers its purpose. Here is when the program tells Bugs that he is Morpheus. This revelation is one of the things that confuses most audiences because they believe that this is the same character from the previous trilogy, but he is not. Neo created the model, but he did not program this new Morpheus. He simply created this loop where the artificial intelligence will wake up on its own through this process of machine learning. This was quite the clever move, because by understanding how these training cycles worked, we understand how an AI that thinks it is Morpheus could be created without the need of external intervention. We see clips of how Morpheus spends his days, exercising, eating at a cafe or diner, cycles that repeated day after day until the moment he woke up. When the new Morpheus met Neo, he asked him why he put him in that model. And what was happening at that moment was planned by Neo.
No. Oh, whoa. What do you mean, no? You wanted this. You did this. This was your idea. You put me in a tiny modal. Left me to bang my head till I nearly lost my searching for you.
Originally, we did not understand why it was Neo's fault, and what was the reason for creating this new Morpheus. But later we got it. Neo created this model to evolve an AI, and he left a door wide open for someone to find this new Morpheus. As we've mentioned before, Neo didn't need to create Morpheus. He just designed the rules of this simulation. The AI would hopefully find its purpose on its own. The analyst himself told Neo that it was smart of him to use this model. But why did Thomas Anderson create this model?
It was a test, an experiment.
Neo's intentions are clearer now. He created the model with the necessary rules for the emergence of Morpheus from an ancient, since Neo was questioning his reality and wanted to know how an artificial program would react in a similar situation. It was no accident. In fact, when Morpheus was pulled out of the simulation, Neo saw on his monitor that his model was breached and a file was missing. If we pause this scene, a file named morph.blm.x is reporting an error. Neo named this file and gave it the attributes of Agent Smith and Morpheus. This is the experiment that Neo was referring to. He created Morpheus to eventually wake up in the simulation to see if the dreams and delusions he was having were real or not. Neo did this because he felt something was wrong with his world and needed answers. Bugs also told Neo that this is the reason why he left the door open in his model. He wanted someone to find him. Another good question is, why did Neo create Morpheus with parts of Agent Smith? Again, the analyst admitted that it was a good idea that Neo used a model. The best way to hide an artificial intelligence that would eventually become Morpheus was possibly to mask him as an agent, disguise him as an enemy to hide him in plain sight. The machines kind of did the same thing to Neo by leaving him with the same name and putting him to work for a video game company. The machines hid Neo in plain sight, the same way Neo hid this sentience. Neo felt that he needed Morpheus to get him out of his rut, so he designed the AI that would serve this purpose, to become the Morpheus that he needed. This artificial intelligence is not Morpheus, but it fulfills the role of Morpheus. Morpheus said, "My best guess is that you wrote me as an algorithm reflection of two faces that helped you become you, Morpheus and Agent Smith." Another important revelation was when the new Morpheus told Neo that he learned everything about Morpheus and Neo in the construct. He learned of their relationship through videos of their interactions. He believes that since this is his purpose, he must imitate Morpheus so that Neo awakens. That's how he knew what to do to get Neo to fight back. We know that the new Morpheus is not Morpheus, but he is the Morpheus that Neo needed. The new Morpheus's personality is based on Agent Smith and Morpheus. We understand the creation of models and how they are used to train or evolve artificial intelligence. Yet we still wonder about something. When the new Morpheus explained the loop to Bugs, we saw clips of his routine, him on a treadmill at the gym, in a restaurant eating, and in his bathroom touching a mirror. These scenes are one-to-one to Thomas Anderson's routine. Neo is at the same gym on a treadmill, eating at the same restaurant, sitting at the same table, and touching the mirror in his bathroom. While the analyst mentioned that he ran Neo and Trinity through multiple simulations. So then is it possible that this simulation that Thomas Anderson is in is a model created by the analyst? What if Mr. Anderson is an AI stuck in a loop so that he would eventually wake up and believe he is Neo? Is it possible that this is not the original Neo and that is why he acts differently? This Thomas Anderson might not be Neo, he could be a sentient. The parallels between the life of the new Morpheus and Thomas Anderson's are disturbingly clear, and this is one of the most interesting new mysteries in the Matrix. There is also the possibility that when Neo was rebuilt, his mind was severely damaged after his fight against Smith, so the analyst had to retrain Neo's mind to reactivate the anomaly's code. If Neo is an artificial intelligence, would it matter? Would he be less of a person just because he was created based on memories? Are memories turned into fiction any less real? Is reality based in memory nothing but fiction? But do you agree? Do you now have a better understanding of what a model is and the purpose of the new Morpheus? Could it be that Neo is also digital sentience created by the analyst?
The place where you live is not the place you once dreamed of? Are you sick of your hot and filthy Zion apartment? Then we have the solution for you. Bad credit or criminal history? We can wipe your slate clean and give you a fresh start. We at Megacity Realty can find you the most luxurious real estate, where you can spend hours playing your favorite virtual reality video game, eating the most delicious meals, and having an endless supply of blue medications. What are the blue pills for? No need to worry, because you will be bathing in the most phenomenal bathtub, with the best view of the city, and only minutes away from the best cafeteria in the city. Why wait? Contact one of our agents and be reconnected to the home of your dreams. Megacity Realty. Offer valid while the truce lasts.
For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.